If you're here because you searched for the giant door on TikTok, then welcome back, and here's another update and more information about it. If you've never seen this before, then you're about to learn about another Oregon urban legend. The giant door in Quartzville, Oregon has become viral TikTok. You can see here we can read the ratings. This guy says it's no giants, but there's a dwarf, and there's another guy here who gives it 4 stars but says there's no giants here, stay away. And then there's other people who say giants and military hidden bases and interdimensional travel. Lots of stuff to explore about the giant door here. We can go on to the maps and see these pictures that people have left. And a lot of people have done different TikToks about this and YouTube videos and stuff. And if you go out there and search for them, you'll see lots of people who live far away, who've done stuff without ever coming out here. I happen to live in Salem, so I'm about an hour or so from this giant door, and this is my second trip out here, actually, to do some extensive close-up recording of the door and to see if we can resolve any mysteries, to see if we can get a closer look and see the giant, or if we can maybe confirm that it's not a door at all. It's just a fancy rock structure, and there's no way it's ever going to open. You can look down here and you can see that even from the Google Earth car as it went by, just driving down this paved road, that any roadworthy vehicle, see, this guy's got like a bunch of gold mining equipment. I think that's what that is. I'm going to say it's like gold panning equipment or something like that. And then over here we've got a strange patch of dead grass. I don't know what that is actually. And if we look around, this is all the view from the Google Earth car. So Google's not trying to hide this from anybody. Right there is the door. You can see it from the road, plain as day. If you just drive by, you get a great view of it. And you don't really even need any special equipment. You can get a pretty good look at it without a drone. You can see it pretty well without even climbing up there. But in this video, right there's a white, nope, that's just a Nissan. It's not a white truck, but it's a white car of some sort. No, it's probably not a government vehicle. Anyways, we're looking around, getting a good look around on the Google Earth camera. And later on, or if you search for the other videos, you're going to see that I make here, we're going to take a powerful telephoto camera and we're going to zoom in very, very close to that giant door and the whole rock structure up there. And this entire area around, we're going to zoom in quite close and get a good look on everything and see what we can find. And maybe we'll see a giant poke its head out. Maybe we'll see a dwarf poke its head out. An alien, some extraterrestrials. Maybe we'll see a government truck drive by. Maybe we'll see nothing at all. And this will just be another boring TikTok. I don't know, but let's find out. We're up here in Quartzville, Oregon, by the giant door. You can see back there. And I've also got this camera here that we're going to get you as close to the door as we can. This is the same door that went viral a while ago on TikTok. And we're just waiting to see if it's going to open, see if the giant's going to peek out and say hi or anything like that. And we're going to also really zoom in with this camera here and see if we can get some close-ups. You can really get a good, like you can get right up there and see if you can get a good eye on like where the door would slide open, kind of maybe see if we can see the hinges on the door or the sliding mechanism or how it would slide open. See if there's really any possibility that it actually could open. That's what we're here to do today in Quartzville. There it is. There's the white truck. All right, but here we go. We've got the screen. All right, so we've got the camera pointed up here, and it's really not terribly far away here. And I can even get pretty close with just the iPhone there. And if I wanted to go into the optical range, we can get right up there with the iPhone. So I'm not, and you can kind of look through there. You can see in the seams, see if it's possible for it to open. You could see like if that's a peephole or a keyhole right there. You can really kind of zoom around, see what you think. And I've also noticed that when you're here that there actually is like a giant's face in this part of the mountain. And there's the door over here. And then when you go over here, there is like a pyramid right here. Maybe two pyramids right there. And so you could go down underneath and you could see where the pyramid was going down into the water there. Maybe there's something underneath of those pyramids. And whether or not there's anything mysterious going on with that door, this is really just spectacular, beautiful country up here. I mean, if there's not a Bigfoot in that door, there's got to be a Bigfoot in those woods somewhere. There's got to be some sort of cryptid out there anywhere. And you can just, Oregon is just so spectacular, and you can just see for so far. Here we are. We have transitioned from the iPhone 15 Pro Max into the lens of the Nikon P1000. This is a 3000 millimeter lens, 3000 millimeter optical. That's 125 times optical. And we are zooming in on this door right now. We are searching every crack and crevice. We're going to go around. I don't have the best tripod, and sometimes when you zoom in this much, it's hard to be smooth. But I'm going to do my best to really scan every inch of this rock so that you can see if it's merely just a formation, if it's 100% natural, or if there is something man-made or giant-made or alien-made, Bigfoot or Sasquatch-made, some sort of cryptid has engineered or crafted this door. Because here we can see the cracks. We can see the moss and the sediment, a lot of, maybe that's bird poop. All of the white and green and gray parts. And do you see anything in there that has evidence that this door could slide open, could have moved? Is there a possibility that something lurks behind this door? And then if we move over here, you can see that maybe, as if you look on the maps, on Google Maps, there is a giant, this is actually labeled on Google Maps as the giant face in Quartzville, Oregon. But people talk about the door, but right there we can see a giant face, and maybe even right here, there could be some sort of a machine mechanism or simply just an interesting looking rock sculpture. What do you think?